So, what if you were given the role of a lifetime? Like the most magnificent, amazing, beautiful, inspiring, powerful, messy, extraordinary, divine, scary, complex thing ever. Well, I asked that to an actress today. She's like, oh, well, I would be equal parts really, really, really excited and really, really, really terrified. Well, drum roll. You know what that role of a lifetime is?
Life?
You're living it! Yes, you're living it! You don't put that same awareness and passion and hunger and drive for creating as powerfully in your own life as you do to the external. There's not ever going to be any role that's going to be more exciting than your own day-to-day minutia of trying to figure it all out. And isn't that exciting? Trying to figure it all out. All those parts that I just mentioned, the magnificent parts of you and the messy, those are all parts that lead you to your own character. And then I thought, you know, the interesting thing about the scientific part of it, or the spiritual aspect of it, is there is only one you since the beginning of time into perpetuity. There will never be another you, ever. So what are you doing hanging back and hiding your light under a bushel? Why? Can you get your head around it? Since this universe began some 4.6 billion years ago, as just, you know, something in the ether, and what it is now, there's never been an exact replica of you. There never will be. So what are you doing about taking that out into the world? Not as an actor. Forget about acting. It has nothing to do with acting ever. Just you. How do you want to show up in your own life? And then I thought, you know, I think I may have mentioned it last week, but I think it's still so important to keep remembering. Stop apologizing for your mistakes. Make them. Just make them. Fail gloriously. Slide into that trash heap of disaster area in your work, in your life. Do it. And do it without apology. And out of that rubble, order takes place. You begin to have new insight and awareness. And you also realize that that is also part of what makes you who you're wanting to become. But we often treat the stuff that we don't want to get messy in, or we have to have it all together in, as some other separate subset. It's not. It's just as important as the good stuff. And you know, speaking of the good stuff, the last thing to remember is, you guys, the reason that we're going for anything, the job, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the house, the car, the TV show, being famous, whatever these goals are, I guess they're all worthwhile goals. But the real reason for it is actually the feeling that you have for it along the way. Because what happens when you get it? You're going to discover, well, that's not it. Ooh, see? It's a Buddhist koan there. Mr. Miyagi there. I'll say it again. On your way in our obsession to get it, once you get it, you discover, that's not it. Well, then what is it? What is it? That's here. It's you. All the stuff that you've got going on that you can share if you just give yourself the permission. You know, I was coaching this girl today. I just want to end with this. I was coaching this girl today, and you know, she was so amazing because I said to her, well, or we were talking, and I said, well, what are the things about yourself that, you know, you like? Or she was talking about her friendships and how she really gives, and she's loving, and she's supportive in every capacity to her friends. And that's what she most likes about herself. And I said, that's also the thing that you most need to give to yourself. You guys, that's very important. You must start giving yourself the thing that you're really good at giving to others. Being it time, being it presence, being your heart and feeling and support. You must bring that to self. That's not selfish. That's actually the greatest act of altruism, because how can you be out in the world in a magnificent way if you're not first giving it to yourself? And I just want to end with this because I had tweeted it. I mentioned it last year, but then it got retweeted so many times today, and I was just like, that is a damn good quote. There are no limitations. No one limits you. No one sees you as limited or puts limitations on you except yourself. There are no limitations. There aren't. In an infinite world of possibility, scientifically it's been proven, it's zero limits. Zero limits. I love that phrase. Zero limits, except for how you judge your own capability. Now yes, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be meeting no's and O's along your path. But that's not based in, that's based in other people's limitations of how they see you, but that isn't a limitation in of self. See what I'm saying? That's their stuff. And actually it runs counter to the science of all beings anyway. So we're in the business of saying no. Hopefully that's going to change. The more yes people there are in the world, eventually people will see that you get so much more out of getting yes, even if, you know, maybe a certain yes, if Caitlin comes to me and I find that maybe what she's presenting to me doesn't really work for me, I can say yes to that because I know somebody who may know what that. Isn't that exciting? As opposed to no. But even when you hear the no, it's not your own limitation. There are no limitations of self except for those that you put on. So let's not do that. It's February already. I mean, come on!